you all. If you will, please put your palms together for meditation reading. The truest characters of ignorance are vanity, pride, and arrogance. An anecdote by Samuel Butler, 1835 to 1902, an English novelist, critic, and essayist. If you would please join me in Gasho. Namu Amida Butsu. Namu Amida Butsu. Namu Amida Butsu. Namu Amida Butsu. Namu Amida. When I was growing up, we always used the word stupid. And my mother did not like that word. So she used to make us pay 5 cents each time we said the word stupid. She made a killing off of us. Back then, 5 cents meant a lack of 5 cents worth of candy. So we learned not to use that word. And so when I talk about the 3 poisons, the acronym used to be GAS, greed, anger, stupidity. But growing up, knowing that stupid or stupidity was not, it was more of a negative. I like to use the word ignorance. But the definition of stupidity just means the lacking normal intelligence or understanding. It's the inability to understand. Slow-witted, dull. It's lacking in intelligence or exhibiting the quality. It's a state of stupor, daze, stunned, or stupefied, showing or resulting from the lack of normal intelligence, foolish or careless. It's slow to learn or understand, tending to make poor decisions or careless mistakes, silly or unwise, showing poor judgment or little intelligence. A synonym could be foolish, silly, crazy, dumb. The Japanese word we use would be baka, which was 5 cents in a jar. And then we come to the word ignorance. Well, what is ignorance? Ignorance is just a lack of knowledge and information, education, or awareness. It's a lack of exposure. An adjective is to describe a person in a state of unawareness. And there are 3 types of ignorance. The factual. This is the absence of knowledge of facts about some subject or thing. Object, meaning we are unacquainted with some kind of object. Technical is an absence of knowledge about how to do something. Okay? And a synonym is incomprehension, unconsciousness, inexperience, innocence, bewilderment, disregard, illiteracy. And there are differences between stupidity and ignorance. Ignorance implies that you have a lack of awareness of something. As with stupidity, denotes the inability of a person to understand something due to insufficient intelligence that can lead to misinterpretation of a fact. So 2 words that It's part of our vocabulary. 2 words that we live in. There are moments where I am stupid. I don't know how to fix a car. I don't know anything about electricity except that if you don't shut it off and you try to mess with it, it can electrocute you. Things like that. I'm stupid about those. But maybe with a little education, maybe with a little bit of awareness, I can turn that stupidity into ignorance. Little bit of education, little bit more awareness, and I just become ignorant. I'm not going to try to change the wiring in a house because I know nothing about it. And even if I took that stage of knowledge of how to, I'm not going to do it. So ignorance and stupidity comes in various forms. At first, when we walk into a temple, knowing nothing about Buddhism, we're stupid. Because it's not a lack of intelligence, it's a lack of information. And as we sit and we listen and we think and we see how these teachings pertain to us, our stupidity may fade and we still remain ignorant because there is so much more to learn. So when we talk about the 3 poisons, which is greed, anger, ignorance, we remain ignorant on many, many levels. I may be a minister, but I am ignorant on many facts and figures. I know what I teach, and I try to explain it as simply as I can. So those who want to learn have a little bit of knowledge, and they can further it by reading on in books, or even on YouTube, or even on the internet. But we are all still ignorant people because we cannot know everything. And we will continue to make mistakes. Ignorant mistakes maybe, but not stupid mistakes. Ignorant mistakes. Because we don't think. We refuse to stop and think. We just plow ahead. You know, I was looking for antidotes, and they said the worst enemy of ours is to think we know everything and we know nothing. Our ignorance stands in the way. It is our ego who puts up this front, and we don't want to show our ignorance. But that's human life. We're not able to know everything, and we only learn what we are interested in. So maybe it is our ignorance that keeps us from learning about ourselves. Wanting to know what we are truly like inside. We want people to see a certain image of us, but is it that true image inside of us? Something we have to think about. And in those moments of thinking about who we are, truly are, it is simply Namo Amida Butsu, our Nembutsu, to give us that moment of silence, that path to direction, that path of guidance, to really look to see who we are. And that does come from knowledge. That comes from study. That comes from reading. And it's just taking those few minutes of our lives to learn about ourselves. And it is our ignorance, to acknowledge that ignorance and to erase that ignorance by study, by reading, by listening, and by truly thinking. It is our Namu Amida Butsu, our Nembutsu, that will always give us guidance and directions to the teachings of our ignorance. So if you would please put your palms together in Gasho. Namu Amida Butsu, Namu Amida Butsu, Namu Amida Butsu, Namu Amida Butsu.